What's the makeup of this team that has allowed it to respond the way it has since KK's injury?
I just think it's the drive and the spirit that this group has. Again, I don't think any of us will forget the scene after the Michigan State game in that locker room. I mean, I still think about it every second, and it's just showing that just their will to win for a teammate to try to, do as well as they can in the Big Ten. And chances are she's not going to come back, but still just playing for that senior. And she means a lot to this team. After every game, I still tell her she's the MVP, she's the coach, she's the player. She calms them down. She continues to talk to them and leads. Yesterday, she was able to do shoot-around. I mean, she was out there shooting, doing all that kind of stuff, and brought amazing energy. So not many kids would handle it the way KK has, and I couldn't be more proud.
What things are you doing on the court better these last 4 games?
I think our defense has really stepped up. I think really understanding the plan, not taking a lot of risk, just really executing and paying attention to what we believe will, more or less frustrate another team or take away some of the things that they do well. And now we're performing those things. So I think the defensive end, I think our 4 post players last night were unbelievable on the rebounding, and we need 4 post players to be able to play, because now everybody's getting fatigued, everybody's getting tired. It's the end of the year. And then at the guard spot, we're still getting Hayden, Ashley, Bridget. They've got to be able to score some points for us, and that's going to continue to come. Michigan game, they stepped up. Other games, we just have to grow in that area.
Early on in the year, you showed that you could win in a variety of different ways. Mm-hmm. Did that help here in the last 4 games and being able to convince them that, there are other ways we can
mm-hmm.
win?
Well, I think we talked about that from the beginning. We always felt like all of us, there's opportunities to shine, and there was games where KK hadn't scored, there was games that Courtney didn't score. So I think early on that pretty much, we didn't even have to talk about it. I mean, it was stated, but that's just what we did. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't like we had to, we rely on each other, just not one player.
Can you just talk about how proud you are, and how does it make you feel personally to see Courtney pass you on the scoring list?
I think being an alum here, I think it's fantastic when you can coach and work with players and they can surpass anything, any list, whether it's steals, assists for me, free throw percentage, or scoring, because that obviously, if they're doing those things and the team's doing well, that's what matters in the long run. So. I think it's fantastic, and they can break all of mine. They can break Coach Wisdom's as well, because if somebody's going to come in and be a rebounder and shot blocker like her, then we're going to get where we need to get.
You get Wisconsin. I haven't seen them all year. The quirks
Yeah.
the quirks of the schedule, and it'll probably be that way next year too. But
Yeah.
just what are you seeing out of them? They appear on paper to have a lot of firepower, and especially with the team they had coming back and some of the additions they've made too.
Yeah, I mean, they're never out of game. I mean, 4 minutes left, they're down by 16, and within a minute and a half, they're down by 4. They just can shoot the ball well, they attack well, so they can get to the foul line. They're very hard to defend that way, and they have a good post presence down low with Michaela Johnson, and she can score in a variety of ways, but you have to chase them all over the place if you play a man, so you have to really be solid, not get in foul trouble. But they're never out of any game, and that's the thing that we have to know, is that we only play them once, and every single possession matters because of how they play.
When KK got hurt, I'm sure you looked at the rest of the schedule and go, okay, if we can do X, Y, Z, we'll put ourselves in a good position for Big Ten and NCAA. You've won 4 straight. Do you get greedy now? It's like, hey, finish this thing off, and keep the momentum going.
Well, you want that to happen. I mean, you never know which way the ship's going to turn, and I felt confident that we'd be okay. It's just you have to be successful in order to have that confidence, and I think we have very good confidence right now. We have 2 games left. We just take it one game at a time, and that's all we've done. And, so Wisconsin's the next step, and we have to play great at home. We have to do a lot of different things. Alums are coming on Sunday, so it'll be great to see all of them back, and some that we haven't seen for a while. Sunday's about that, and then we have a week to prepare for Nebraska. So, our biggest thing is trying to finish in the top 4. you know, doing as well as we can in the Big Ten tournament. We know we have certain goals there, and then our seeding in the NCAA, because we just don't want to win a game.
You mentioned after the Ohio State game just how important it was to get a win right after KK's injury, just for confidence. But as you look back, just how important was that game, just maybe to jumpstart you guys or get you guys pointed in the right direction?
It was a huge turning point. I think, you know, because we're still very emotional. It was very draining that whole week. So to be able to do that and do it the way we did it, I thought that was exceptional. And then I think Michigan was then the biggest turning point, just because you're playing on the road, you're down by 14, and when we've been down before, we haven't come back like that. So, you know, so when we played Iowa, we knew we were never out of it because we had that game at Michigan.
Due to our publishing schedule, I have to ask you these senior day questions a week early.
Uh-huh.
But just what is, you know, Courtney meant to the program, you know, not only from a basketball standpoint, but just from her personality and leadership and guiding you guys through some of the, you know, adversity you faced the last 4 years?
You know, Courtney's kind of that one in a million kid, because it's not about basketball with her. Never has been. She's never wanted the limelight. She always tries to deflect it. Even in interviews and anybody talks, it's always about everybody else. You know, I think, you know, these 4 years because of the things, her faith has shined through to all of us to another level, and she has a calming peace, and that's a gift that she has. And it's just how she handles her business, you know. I don't think she's ever said a harsh word about anyone, or, you know, it's just been such an amazing influence to all of us every single day. And again, at the end of the day, it's a bigger picture for her.
Yeah.